Hi, I'm James Coghill from Woodhaven Middle School, and I'm going to explain to you a game called Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is played with a big OMNIKIN ball, and what happens is that we create a small circle on the inside and we create a larger circle on the outside. This game can be played, it usually has to be played in a gymnasium or can be played outside. The inside circle is formed with people, the outside circle is also formed with people. We'll get 5 people to run around in between the 2 circles, and the ball, the OMNIKIN ball, is chasing them the whole time. It gets moved by hitting it around in a circle. If the person gets hit with the OMNIKIN ball, they're out and they join either the inside or the outside line. So this game is good for ages 10 to 18. We've played this game with large groups and smaller groups, anywhere from 20 to 60, 70 kids at a time have played this game. The circles just get bigger if you have more people involved, or if you have less people, you just shrink the circles down. Indiana Jones helps with teamwork, cooperation, working together, because you have to get the ball all moving in one direction, or change direction in order to try get all the people out. Good job! The game we're going to play today is called Four Corner OMNIKIN. It is a large area space game. You need an OMNIKIN ball to play this game.
The objective of the game: keep the ball out of your quadrant and off your walls. If it does hit your basket, that counts as a wall. It is a point. The only rule: stay in your quadrant. You can pick up the ball, hold it, and walk it to the front to push it. Other than that, there are no other rules. If a team does score, you bring the ball to the middle to me. I throw the ball up in the air, and then we keep on playing.
Each quadrant has a group of people, and it is their job to try keep the ball up off the floor by hitting it up with their hands. We use lots of people in this game. You could play upwards of 80 people have played this game at one time, grades 5 to 9, and it is a large success with all groups.
All right, next game, Chaos. It's a dodgeball, kickball type of game. We have 2 teams, a fielding team and a kicking team. The kicking team must line up behind the blue volleyball line. The fielding team, everybody must be behind this blue line when the ball is kicked. Object of the game is the kicking team to run to the other side of the wall, touch that wall, and come back to get 1 point for your team. Rules are though: the kicker must run. Everyone else on the line has a choice to run. So if they want to run, they can. If they don't want to run, they don't have to. However, the more people that run, the more points you get. However, the more people that run, your chance of getting out are obviously more as well. Next question should be, how do you get people out? There's 3 ways. If you catch a ball off the walls, in the air or off the baskets, you catch it, it's an out. The second way you get somebody out is if you're running and you touch the ball in between the volleyball line, so that blue line and that blue line. And the third way is if you lead off. So if I pitch to somebody and this person runs and is ahead of that blue line before the ball is kicked, you're also out. Michaela, you're first up. Let's kick. Let's kick. Good, good, good. You good? Yeah, all right. Good. One last rule is if you pass the ball to the pitcher, the play stops. So if you're running and you're in this half, you get a free pass to that wall. If you're in this half, you get a free pass in. So if you scored, put up your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Coghill, put 4 points up. Next kicker. Shimmy, you're up.
We play this game once again from grades 5 to 9. It involves a large amount of people, but it can also have as low as 10 people. It doesn't really matter, but we've also had as many as 60 people playing this game at one time. The purpose of this game is once again cooperation, teamwork, participation. In order to get people out, you have to work with each other on your team to try pass the ball around to eliminate the other players. You also count a lot on a lot of activity, getting people involved, because the more people that you have running back and forth, the more points you can get on each play.
Next game, this game's called Opposites. It's a race to the sideline. However, you want to go to the opposite sideline that I say. So if I say left, you have to run to your right. If I say right, you have to run to your left. Now, that's the easy part. We do have colors now. Put 3 cones out. If I say one of the colors, you have to run away from that color. For instance, if I say purple, you have to run away from purple. What's going to happen? You run there, you stay there, I blow the whistle, I tell you to come back. The first little bit, we won't eliminate anybody, we'll let you play, and then we'll start eliminating about 4 or 5 at a time if you're the last person.
We've had as many as 80 people playing this game at a time, or just a small class of 20 people playing the game. All you really need is a stand to stand on, so you can point to either the left or the right. We also add cones into the game that are different colors, because you run the opposite color of those cones. We've also sometimes included numbers on either side, so either an odd or even side, so you either go the opposite of when it's odd or even.
Red! Provost, break.
The game I'd like to describe to you is called Mat Madness. This can be played from grades 1 to 9. What you need for materials are different objects to throw. They can be dodgeballs, they can be chickens, anything that you can think of that can be thrown. And you'll need 2 to 4 mats.
This is a team game that involves saving your team to a mat. What's going to happen? Yellow, this is your side. Shirts, this is your side. Shirts, you got to send 1 catcher to be on that mat. Yellow, you got to send 1 catcher to stand on that mat. Now, what you're trying to do is throw dodgeballs so that your catcher can catch the ball. If they do catch the ball, they saved you to go on that mat. Object of the game is to bring everyone over to the mat, and then you win. Some rules. First rule, you must have at least 1 foot on the mat if you're catching. So if you're here, this is good. If you want to stretch it out even further, you're good. But right when you lose contact and you catch, the catch doesn't count. The person has to go back. One of the questions we always have is, what if we jump off the mat and catch? If we jump and catch it off the mat, it doesn't count. However, if you do jump and you catch it on the mat, we're good. The first game, we're gonna make it nice and easy, put the mat in the middle. However, we're gonna switch the mats up as we play, move into the back corner, moving closer, moving further, and just make the game a little tougher. Now, one strategy I would do is I would have catchers, throwers, and blockers. Now, if you're a blocker, if I'm yellow and Couchy comes down back here, you would be a catcher here, and I'm trying to block Couchy, I cannot stand on the mat to block him. I must be off the mat to block. All right, right when I stand on the mat and I block him, it counts as a catch. Other than that, if you're on a mat, you cannot run off the mat to throw the balls back to your team. Yellow, you have to protect this. Every ball on this side is yours. If a shirt on this mat runs to get a ball, we'll say maybe we send him back to his own side.
The purpose of this game, the reason that we play this game, is teamwork and cooperation, but also throwing and catching skills as you're catching objects and throwing them.
We got winners on this side. Good job.